Well, thank you very much for contributing to the setup of this meeting. And what I'd like to really talk about is what are the different forces that are active today. Some of them are visible, some of them are invisible, some of them are very early stage, yet to take shape. But all these forces that will shape the future of the global economic system and how I see you in the leadership role in the 21st century. First, I underscore right at the beginning that I believe fundamentally that everyone in this room could be a leader of some kind. Underscore the term sometime because someone could be like Mother Teresa, who was a great leader. Some of you could be like Alexander the Great, who also was a great leader. One was fighting wars, the other one was extending love. Now, within these extremes are people like Adam Smith, people like Bill Gates, people like Jack Welch, people like Leonardo da Vinci or Rabindranath Tagore. They're all leaders of some kind. And in each one of you, that leadership is there. It is up to you to uncover it. And that's the value of an education like this. It's not for the grades. It's not for the tests that you take. Not for the job that you may get right after graduating. But you are here to really understand who you are and in the process expand your horizon. And that's what I really believe. And you're going to be a fantastic faculty members with whom you could interact as friends, not as professors, but you're not insulted, but as friends, that respectfully engage in discussions so that you get to know who you are and in the process expand your personality. Let your personality tower so that you can do things which you want to do. That is life on about. It is not about finding a job in Austin, or a bank or becoming an entrepreneur. It is a life of becoming enterprising, if I may use the word, where you could be like Satyajit Ray, direct a movie, you could be a painter, or build a huge organization like Bill Gates. So if you have a huge range to uncover, and I think what I like to focus on, the process through which you could uncover this, if you will, the universe within. Okay, get to the next slide.
Press the mouse.
Press the mouse.
Yes.
No, this is fine. So, as I noticed the questions that you have kindly shared with me, it really boils down to these 3 points. So as you could see, I came prepared with understanding of your mind. And I wanted to check whether my understanding or interpretation of who you are is right or not. If I was way away, I wouldn't have used these slides. But it is always helpful to use some slides because they will perhaps stay with you and create some impression in your mind. The first thing that I like to talk about, understanding what are the forces of globalization and what does it mean for you. And it's very, very important. I was today talking to the hotel that I'm staying, the receptionist, and I looked at a board. She's a very beautiful woman, but her behavior fell short of the kind of receptionist that I've used to in Shanghai or Beijing or Tokyo or Bangkok. And I told her that, look, you're working very hard, but I would like to share with you some fundamental points. Because when I'm looking at you, as much as I admire your beauty, but I'm also thinking of many other receptionists that I deal with in Munich or in London or Shanghai, and you're coming short. And then she sort of stood back, what is it? And the point that I made, which is a very common Indian problem, while she was talking to me, she was also talking to another person standing next to her, which is her colleague. And then she was again asking me the same question I already answered. The common stuff that I watch all the time in India. In a 5-star hotel, in the airport, wherever you go. Now it is important that you realize today wherever you want to work, any serious person who is looking at you is looking at you with a very wide angle lens. And it is important that you understand what are the forces of globalization. So in that particular field that you are engaged, you are best in the world. then you don't survive. And that's very important point. And I'll elaborate on that. The second point that I'd like to talk on is the challenges and the possibilities ahead. In other words, as these forces come together, what are the kinds of opportunities that might emerge, and what are the kinds of challenges that you have to deal with, so that indeed you could become an active participant of the new economy. And the third point is about uncovering the leader in you, which is what I call about MBA, known as Masters in Business Administration. I have always called it as mind-brain activation. And this is the time you've got your undergraduate degree. Now it's time that you activate your mind. Then what is it that your mind is asking for? Brain, so that you can really engage as a problem solver. And in the process, you become an active participant in the society. And that's what I'm going to talk about in the name of uncovering the leader in you towards a new state of consciousness. Very important, a new state of consciousness. And that's another thing which is very dearly lacking in our country for 1.1 million people. The people who are at the top of the pyramid are not conscious of what's happening at the bottom of the pyramid. People at the bottom of the pyramid are struggling so much they do not know how they should behave on the road, how they should cook, how they should take care of the kids, because they just don't know what it is. So they are also suffering from lack of consciousness. It's all across. As a result, if you look at the beauty of the country, it's disappearing very rapidly. And beauty, I do not mean expensive clothes or ties or saris. I'm talking about the basic beauty, the landscape, the way we walk, the way we stand tall, the way we smile. Is definitely, we have a serious competitive disadvantage vis-a-vis when you go to Thailand, when you go to China, you see a lot of energy, a lot of beauty in terms of how they engage. And that is the most fundamental competitive disadvantage that our country suffers from. So that's what I want to talk about towards a new state of consciousness. And these 2 years that you'll be spending in this school, I'd like to see that you truly develop that spirit of searching for that state of consciousness. It is not an easy task, but it is a task you have to seriously commit to, so that indeed you can see your personality is blossoming like a flower. Okay? Now, given the questions that you have given me, I think these are the three things that we'll be talking, and they are all connected. The first point is about what are the new equations of competitiveness. You know, we love to talk about free market, but as soon as you think of market, it's all about competition. Individual competitiveness, group competitiveness, national competitiveness. You have to run the race faster, for which you have to practice. And we'll spend some time with the name of what I'm calling global enterprising, going beyond entrepreneurship, but literally enterprising. How do you become an enterprising personality? The second thing that I'll talk about is the arts and science of choices. Because at the end of the day, you are making decisions. You choose to study or not to study. You choose to spend more time in marketing, less time in accounting. You choose to spend more time weekend wasting your time in front of the television or getting engaged with Bollywood, or you choose to do some social service, giving the poverty right in front of your eyes and walking. These are the choices we make. Mother Teresa made the choice. She could have stayed in Europe, but she decided to come to Calcutta and started serving a small baby. That's how she started. But when she left this world, she had an organization of 380,000 people in 140 countries. Now that's called building leadership. So I think you will be making choices as I go through the presentation right now. You'll be choosing what are the points that you want to engage with, what are the points you will not want to engage with. I will not tell you that, you will choose. But let me tell you, peace and hurt, so that we can choose. And the final point I want to make is, like you asked me,